When someone is killed, it hurts the whole town. But when the killer and the victim share the same name, the same blood, it breaks a deep, old rule. The stories you are about to hear are about that kind of crime. They are cases where a person killed their own family member, and in each one, the dead did not stay quiet. He came back, not just as scary ghosts, but as a force that made sure the truth came out and that justice was done. These are 5 documented stories of family murder and the strange, sure payback that followed. 1. The glass jug. Mr. Peck had a bad temper. He was known for it. He also made his own strong wine and kept it in a special glass jug. His son, a young man who liked to drink, found his father's wine one day and drank every last drop. When Mr. Peck found the empty jug, his anger took over. He beat his son so badly that the boy died. To cover his crime, Mr. Peck told people his son had fallen and hit his head. Everyone believed the sad father. They buried the son and felt sorry for Mr. Peck. That very night, Mr. Peck wanted to forget what he had done. He walked to the local bar and had a few drinks. The walk home was along a dark, lonely road. At first, he heard footsteps beside him, but no one was there. Then he heard a new sound, the glug 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 of liquid, like someone drinking from a jug. He turned and saw it, his glass jug, floating in the air next to him. It was tipped up as if an invisible person was drinking from it. Then a voice spoke from the empty air. It was his son's voice. It said, "Thirsty, Pop." The voice said it again and again with every few steps. Mr. Peck was crazed with fear. He grabbed at the jug and smashed it against his own chest. A sharp piece of glass cut his throat open. As he fell to the ground, dying, he heard his son's voice one last time, close to his ear. "I'm still here, Pop." They found his body on the road the next morning. To them, it was a mystery. But the story says his son came back with the very thing that caused his death, the wine jug too. Collect a final payment. 2. Chop chop. 2 brothers lived on a family farm. They were nothing alike. One brother was good, kind, and worked hard. The other was mean, jealous, and wanted everything for himself. When their father died, the good brother wanted to sell his half of the farm and start a new life. The bad brother saw this as a betrayal. In a fit of rage, he killed his good brother with a hatchet. To hide his crime, he pulled up the floorboards in the kitchen and hid his brother's body in the dirt below the house. Then, adding a new crime to the old one, he married his dead brother's sweetheart and brought her to live in the house. On their wedding night, as he tried to be close to his new wife, a sound filled the house. Chopped, chop. It was the clear, sharp sound of a hatchet hitting wood. The sound would stop if he stood still, but start again if he moved toward his wife. It happened every night. The sound seemed to come from under their feet. The new wife was terrified. After a week, she ran away. The bad brother, now completely lost, tried to kill her too. She escaped to the neighbors. When people came back to the farm to check on him, they found the house silent. In the kitchen, the floorboards were ripped up. The bad brother had hung himself from the ceiling. Below him, in the shallow hole, was the body of the good brother, and lying right on top of the body was the clean, sharp hatchet. The ghost of the good brother did not speak or scream. It just made the sound of the weapon that killed him, over and over, until the secret was found and the bad brother could take no more. 3. Rose run on a ridge near Morgantown. There was a farmer who was very proud. His greatest pride was his beautiful daughter named Rose. Rose fell in love with a young man from the city, but her father hated him. One night, the father found Rose and the young man at a dance. Blinded by anger, he took his rifle and shot at the young man, but his hand shook and the bullet hit and killed Rose instead. To save himself, the father told a terrible lie. He told everyone the city boy had killed Rose. The people in the area believed him. The innocent young man was quickly arrested and hanged. The father buried Rose in a secret, lonely spot on his farm. He must have thought the truth was buried too. But the next spring, something strange happened. From Rose's grave, a wild rose bush began to grow. Then another, and another. They grew faster and thicker than any normal plant. The thorny bushes spread across the fields, choking the crops. They climbed over fences and covered the barn. Within a year, the whole farm was buried under a sea of roses. The beautiful flowers, which carried Rose's name, completely took over the land and then spread through the whole small valley. People started calling the place Rose Run. The roses are gone now, but the story isn't. The land itself seemed to answer the father's lie and his crime, covering his farm with a beautiful, unstoppable reminder of the daughter he killed and the innocent man he let die. 4. The brother and his horse, 2 brothers, lived in a big, lonely house on a hill. They fought all the time about who would own the farm after their parents died. The younger brother had one friend, a big, beautiful white workhorse. He loved that horse, and the horse loved him back. One day, the brothers had a bad fight. The older brother hit the younger one so hard he fell down and didn't move. Seeing his chance, the older brother carried his younger brother to the deep stone well outside the kitchen door. He put the younger brother on the back of his own white horse. Then he scared the horse and made it jump into the deep, dark well with the brother on its back. The older brother told people his younger brother had run away with the horse. Wait, no buddies. The police could do nothing. The older brother got the farm all to himself. He lived there alone. Then one fall day, he vanished. Neighbors noticed no smoke from the chimney and went to check. The house was empty. Food was on the table. It was like he'd disappeared in the middle of a meal. As the neighbors left at dusk, walking down the long lane of trees, they heard the sound of a horse running fast. They looked up and saw a white glow coming over the hill. It was the shape of the white horse, with the younger brother riding it. Tied behind the saddle was a big burlap sack. The ghostly horse and rider came close to the men. The rider threw the sack on the ground. Then horse and rider faded into nothing. The men were scared but looked inside the sack. It was the body of the older brother. The ground had a light dusting of snow, but there were no hoof prints or footprints, only the mark where the sack had landed. The story says the younger brother and his horse still ride the hill at night. The horse he loved in life became the thing that carried him to his death, and then carried his killer to justice after it. 5. The shadow on the wall. Earl Riggs lived alone in his old family house with just his housekeeper, Martha, after his brother Ned died. But Earl started acting very strange. He would not leave the house. At night, Martha would hear him in the hallway. It sounded like he was scrubbing the wall with water. One night, she opened her door. There was Earl on his knees, scrubbing one spot on the hallway wall, like his life depended on it. His eyes were wide with fear. He told her to go away and not to look. Martha was worried. She wrote to Earl's sister, Mary, who came right away. That night, Mary and Martha waited up. At midnight, they heard the scrubbing sounds again. They went out and found Earl washing the wall. Mary asked him why he was doing it. Earl told them not to look, but Mary looked at the wall. There, on the wood, was the dark shadow of a man. It was the perfect shadow of their dead brother, Ned. No light was shining to make a shadow, but there it was. Earl broke down. Confessed. He had poisoned his brother Ned because of a secret money problem. He said that every single night since Ned's burial, Ned's shadow would appear on that same spot on the wall. Earl would scrub and scrub, but the shadow would not go away. It was always there, a dark stain of his guilt that he could never wash off. The shadow was a proof of his crime that he could not hide and could not clean. It was his brother's silent witness, making sure Earl could never forget what he had done. These 5 stories all share a common thread. When a person kills their own family, the ghost that comes back doesn't just want to scare people. It wants a very specific payback. The ghost uses the thing that caused the death, like the wine jug or the hatchet sound. It uses a connection from life, like the horse, or the roses for Rose. It makes the killer face the crime in a way they cannot escape, like the shadow on the wall that one. They wash off. These stories from the old records suggest a powerful belief. Family blood has a memory. When that bond is broken by violence, it creates an echo. That echo doesn't fade away. It comes back in a form that tells the truth, finds the proof, and makes sure that in the end, there is a price to pay. These cases of family revenge are now part of the archive. If you know of a similar story from your area, you can share it below. Subscribe for more true stories from the past. Until next time,